It's Carlos and Dave, Anime Rave.
You were going to do the podcast, didn't you?
I sure was. This is Space Dandy Episode 1.
This was suggested to us by Meowth. Meowth is basically, she listens to and sends voicemails to the Pixel Response podcast. And I guess after I was a guest on that podcast, she started listening to us. She is known for thinking that you're an asshole.
Yes!
And that I'm obviously the superior of the two.
No, really?
Well, which is hilarious because in real life, I'm the asshole and Dave is the nicest guy in the world.
Wait. A viewer thinks I'm an asshole.
Oh, yeah.
What did I put down that she likes? Life?
I don't know. Look, if you weren't just such a fucking asshole all the time, maybe... Anywho, shout-outs to Meowth. Maybe I'll find her Twitter handle. So, okay, we'll shout out her Twitter handle at the end of the show. Sure, why not? Okay, so she said that Space Dandy is awesome and suggested it to us. So let's watch some Space Dandy. That logo brings a smile to my face already.
Very already 80s.
Very 80s, yes. And I don't know if you know this, but we are old motherfuckers, and we grew up in the 80s, so this is very appreciated.
Yep. Shoutouts to for whoever made that intro, because that is 80s as fuck.
Good call, Meowth. Good call.
Space Dandy. He's a dandy guy in space. He combs the galaxy like his pompadour on the hunt for aliens. Planet after planet he searches, discovering bizarre new creatures both friendly and not. These are the spectacular adventures of Space Dandy and his brave space crew in space.
Can you appreciate the painted on?
Yeah, I can appreciate the fact that they painted a woman on the like it was a fucking car. I also like, yeah, and he has adventures in space. I like just the deadpan delivery of that.
Look at this ship. It's like Buck Rogers' ship fucked something out of Star Wars.
Yes.
Bitch slapped something out of Star Trek and then had a love child.
When you said fuck something out of Star Wars, I was looking at the giant testicle on the back of the ship. And in a way, this ship is just a little phallic. Just a little phallic.
Holy shit.
So I don't know about you, but this intro is awesome.
Very psychedelic.
Very psychedelic. I like the disco... kind of the disco meets J-pop aesthetic, and I normally don't like J-pop at all, so kudos.
Yep. Props for doing the whole, usually it's the female who does that whole tear going flying back.
It shows that Space Dandy is a sensitive guy.
Hey, I'm not judging the man. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying I want to lick his tears or nothing. Good eye, I didn't even notice this was a Bones joint. And Bones hasn't let me down too often. So, yeah, okay.
Even the lesser of Bones animations hasn't been bad. Just
I would argue Brotherhood is really, really
fuck you. Screw you.
It is wildly overrated. It is like Steins Gate.
Kiss all our asses.
It is 90% bad dialogue and 10% not good enough to make up for the 90% bad dialogue.
Dial 1-800 go fuck yourself.
The 2003 Full Metal Alchemist is infinitely superior.
I do not agree, so go fuck yourself.
But both series are beautifully animated, and I do like the colors going on in Space Dandy so far.
Okay, we can agree on that at least.
Have you noticed he's got motorcycle handles on his pilot seat?
I have.
This show is 80s as shit. And I have a special bias for things that are 80s as shit.
I like the droid design, that's for sure.
Very nice design, yes.
Well then, QT, punch in the coordinates.
The coordinates to where?
What, it's not obvious? To boobies, of course.
Huh? You mean that restaurant with the jiggly waitresses and the not-so-hot wings?
You got it.
What for?
Great, so the future version of Hooters.
Even in space, we can get restaurants that sexualize women and that people go to and be like, no, I really just go for the food. Kudos to the show for acknowledging that humanity will never be free of its stupid vices.
Space Century 0014. Mankind has unlocked the heady secrets of space travel, but in the vastness of space, humans are but one of a myriad of species. There are countless others, like that one, and those, and all of them, far too many to name. No, seriously, I'm done.
No, really. This narrator is the cat's ass. He is awesome. How many takes did it take him to read all this, I wonder?
Oh, I actually recognize the announcer's voice. I think it's the same narrator who does, Fairy Tale.
Is that right?
Yeah. Nowhere near as good as this, though.
I believe you.
You realize I'm gonna kill you on one of these reviews.
I have no rebuttal to that. Kind of just ogling the green-boobed monster lady there. Look,
that's a guy.
Human standards of beauty are stupid. I'm going to embrace this show's multiculturalism.
Okay.
Yes, the Statue of Liberty with a ball gag in its mouth. I love it. Yes, please.
Wow. All this ship has to have now is be commanded by, like, an ape from the Planet of the Apes? And I'm good.
Yes.
Hey, stranger. Time for an intro. So, what's your name?
Minimum.
Say what?
Could you repeat that?
Minimum.
Huh? What'd he say?
Who knows?
Pronounces names like you do.
Well, in honor of you looking like
I don't know. What did she say, Carl?
yeah.
Oh, come on.
I don't know,
Man, I'm a Beetlejuicy.
I only do that once in a while.
Totally a
Yes.
space cat.
Like when you don't know what the name is.
Exactly. Like,
There is no doubt in my mind. Very well.
I like his hat.
I will send the 7th Fleet of the Galactic Force. to
everybody
assist
needs
you.
a
Your
small,
generosity
fuzzy
is boundless.
companion, I guess.
Remember, Dr. Gel.
So we've got
Skeletor and Mega Pimp.
we've got ape pimp dude here, and Skeletor's
I
like
will not fail
Well,
you.
Space Skeletor. Right.
Ooh, right
Skeletor.
You know, I sometimes forget the fact that He-Man really is fantasy sci-fi.
Yep.
This sector.
crap.
Those are
What's
lovely
next?
ideas
Fucking
away from
Thundercats
each
are gonna
other.
pop up?
Stop sweating me.
Well, Dave, I guess this is the point where you and I quote, drop the pill. Granted, this show has had many moments where dropping pills would be
What's
appropriate.
going on?
I don't do casual drugs, so I don't speak druggy or nothing. So I don't know if that's the right terminology.
Well,
Are you telling
neither
me
do I, but it definitely feels right now like we dropped a tab of acid or something.
Ionium?
Very good.
All you need is some of the Doors music going on in the background, and we would be fine.
And we'll listen to Queen to cap off the night.
There you go.
This is looking for.
Let's dance! Nice!
Sure, except for the part where you missed it.
Nice. Jesus Christ. He shoots like a fucking storm. You can't shoot for shit, Space Dandy. He shoots like the mighty Shockwave. Concentrate.
Damn it. Oh, this guy's awesome.
What are we waiting for? I'm gonna use it!
Push the head!
Go! So what happens now?
We wait. About 20 seconds from now, that little doll dude is gonna go supernova. It'll vaporize this planet and every last alien being on it.
Okay then, how do we get out of here before it explodes?
Huh. Good point. Maybe I should have thought this through a little more. Well, my bad. I knew there was a reason I hadn't used this trick before. But hey, at least I die with a full head of hair.
And here our story ends. Tales of Dandy's bravery and sacrifice will echo through space for all time. Or not.
Well, now.
That's a hell of a card to play at the end of an episode. The end.
And now they die. Stay tuned for episode 2. So once again, shoutouts to Meowth for recommending this one. You can check her out on Twitter at... God damn it, how was your handle, Meowth? 1 second. Here we go. At Meowth900. Thoughts, impressions? Maybe I'll start this one.
Fire away.
So, they dawdled a little bit at boobies. They stayed there for a little longer than I wanted them to, kind of just doing nothing. And then, after they spent all that time, that's when the budget kicked in, and they're like, okay, let's go off the rails for the rest of the episode. Very 80s presentation, which I appreciate. A little too much calling attention to the joke, which is something a lot of Japanese humor does, and I wish it didn't. Where they will be like, oh, I just made a joke. Oh, why would you say that? Ha 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 ha. And instead of letting us appreciate the joke for what it is. But there were also good moments, like the stupid robot giving the thumbs up, which there wasn't a character going, hey, I've seen that scene before.
Yeah.
Which was appreciated, right? Like there was a bit of dragging on at the beginning, but then it kind of lived up to its promise of fun space adventure, which is kind of the point.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it looks great. The 80s presentation and a lot of stuff that it does is just awesome. It had a lot of different aliens, different things going on. It hints at a larger thing going on, but kind of just pushes past it. It's like, yeah, this doesn't really matter too much. We're just going to skip that. The gorilla captain with the ball-gagged Statue of Liberty head is a nice homage to Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, it is.
That's why even before they show us the ape captain, I'm like, come on, Planet of the Apes, come on! And they did it.
And of course, we can't forget the Skeletor-esque villain.
Yes,
very iconic looking. Again, very 80s, very high concept, very colorful, very let your imagination run roughshod, and to hell with things making sense, let's just have a good time kind of deal.
No, I mean, I like the dub is done great.
Dub is very good dub, very strong dub. I like when a dub is done well, and
music and everything else was great.
Good music. Good music, fun characters.
They obviously had fun with this one, and that's nice.
Very nice, very nice.
How would you rate this out of 3 pi?
I would give this a very solid 8.5 out of 3 pi.
Yeah, it's basically around what I was going to give it myself.
So, double 8.5s, double 8.5s! It was 9.3, but whatever.
It's a double.
It's a double. Oh,
we agree.
We can't do this 3 times, though, or we have to go to jail. Pointless question, really. But how...
Does that mean we'd have to watch another Steins Gate episode?
Yeah. Pointless question, really, but how much better is this than Steins Gate?
At least 1,000.
At least. I'm going to be a little more generous. I'm going to say it's at least 50,000 times better than Steins Gate.
I was also factoring what the last episode that we reviewed. No Game, No Life.
Oh, yes. Although, keep in mind, thanks to the magic of whenever I feel like editing these, that might just come out on YouTube after this one.
Of course.
Yes. But, yeah, good show. Thanks again, Meowth. Good suggestion. We'll definitely be watching the second episode of this. And at some point we'll put our take on episodes 2 and 3 up. So, yeah. Space Dandy in space.